What you have to do is you have to prepare a dichromate solution to sensitize a tissue. And you prepare a 3% dichromate or 5%, depending on what you want to do with the image, or the contrast range of your image, or your negatives that you're working with. Now we control all of that now. So back in those days, I had to work in a dark room, had to develop it. Sometimes I had to pour water in the developer, heat the developer, cool the developer to get a flat negative for photogravure. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that was missed. And back 30 years ago, Kodak made a gravure film that you could buy. Now they don't make that anymore because nobody does it anymore. But thank God you can figure out a way to work out a digital printer. You can make digital films that you can print and you can make photogravures from. Now you can control all that, but you put a dichromate on a tissue. You expose the tissue. You put an aqua tint on the plate just like you saw what we did. And then using alcohol and water, you put the tissue that's exposed in the alcohol and water, and then you lay it down, and you lay it down on the aqua tinted plate. Then you develop that with some more water. After it's dried, strip off the back of the tissue, and there leaves a deposit of gelatin-based solution on the plate. And that looks like the image that you just used as a negative. Once that's dry, you can put it into a ferric chloride solution. Now, ferric chloride is a water-based solution, which means the water is going to erode some of the gelatin. And the way that's controlled, the thickness of the negative that you made, the density, the resistance to the light that came through the negative to touch the tissue, determines the durability of that tissue. So, where there is no restriction to the light, there's not going to be anything but hard tissue there. Where there is a complete obstruction of the light, no tissue is going to remain. It's all going to wash away, exposing your raw aqua tint. What that means is, within the photographic image, you have all the variables of that tone range between the black and the white. And when you put that into the ferric chloride begins to work immediately etching the areas that were no protection, and it begins to loosen the other tissue that's had some protection. So it is a graduated effect all the way to white. And after about 10 or 12 minutes in that, you pull the plate out. Part of the plate has 12 minutes of etch on it, and part of the plate has 20 seconds etch on it. So when you pull it out, you wash it off, you see the photographic image on it. Now, the crystal wool that we saw etched here, and we saw the plate being pulled, the impression being pulled, that was a photogravure, because that's what he was working with.